Welcome to episode 159 of Stageworthy. I'm your host, Phil Rickaby, and I'm here with Adriana Prosser.
Hello!
Stageworthy is a podcast about people in Canadian theatre featuring conversations with actors, directors, playwrights, and more. Today we're going to be talking to Sue Edworthy, who is a publicity machine. Adriana, you've dealt with Sue. You've talked to Sue.
Yeah, Sue was super generous with her time when I was like, excuse me, lady, I'd like to ask you some questions. And she was like, girl, let's make some time and let's dish. And I couldn't believe it. It was one of those things where you see a mogul in your industry and you're like, this person's never going to give me the time of day. Mm-hmm. They're going to be defensive about their secret sauce. And she was like, no, let's go for coffee. You buy me coffee. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And she was so generous with her time and her advice. And the thing that sticks out for me is how she can leverage situation, environment, market, like that she really sees the big picture and that she can really make that into something that sells and like that focuses people on her show that she is marketing. Once upon a time, she did marketing. Instead of handing out flyers for a show, she handed out fans so that the marketing was on the fan, and because it's hot, people are going to hold on to that fan instead of like see a flyer and then recycle it. But that because this is a very useful thing, that people are going to carry that marketing around, not only for themselves for the rest of the time, but other people are going to see you carrying that and be like, what's that thing? And it's just genius. She's genius. Genius has been called.
Genius has been called. So in a second, we'll get to the conversation with Sue Edworthy. Remember, if you like what you hear, if you feel like dropping me a line to tell me so, remember you can find Stageworthy on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at StageworthyPod. You can find the website at stageworthypodcast.com. And if you want to drop me a line, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Phil Rickaby. My website is philrickaby.com. And Adriana, your socials
is at Adriana P on Twitter, and you can find me at adriana-prosser.com.
Remember, if you like the podcast, remember to leave a comment or rating on Apple Podcasts, Google Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. Your ratings and comments actually do help people find the show, or even better, if you know somebody you think will like the show, tell them about it. Some of my favorite podcasts became my favorites because somebody I knew told me about them. Now here's my conversation with Sue Edworthy. So, Sue, I'm really curious.
Hi, Phil.
Hey there, how you doing? I wanted to get you on this podcast for quite a while. And in the course of doing this podcast, I don't often get to talk to people who do arts administration.
Right.
And things like that. Which is an essential part. It's not the out in front, the exciting part. I think a lot of people don't see it as sexy. We don't see it a lot. But it's so essential. So, how did you end up in the arts administration world?
I had no intention of becoming part of the arts administration world.
Okay.
I went to York, 1995, for theater. And first year, you're all in the everything stream. And second year, you have to specialize. And I realized I didn't want to be an actor. What can I specialize in? Well, you could be a director. Okay. I can do that. By my third year in directing, Joseph Green, who was, I don't know if you know Joe, big old bear of a man, brought me in for our thesis thing to have our discussion.
Yeah.
And I was explaining what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do. And this is how the show's going to go and this is what's going to happen here. And he looked at me and said, you know what your problem is, kid? No, Joe, what is my problem? He said, you're not a director. You're a producer. And I said, oh. He goes, we have a great directing program. We don't have any producing program. So keep directing for now. Okay. And when we graduated, a friend of mine, who's now an arts teacher, we, of course, opened our own company immediately.
Of course,
because it's so easy. And I realized as we were doing that, I was becoming more and more interested in the clockwork, in the how does this happen, how does this work, what do I need to do next, and the paperwork of it all, and realizing that that was a strength of mine. So I then went and bartended for 3 more years at Sneaky D's.
You? As one does.
As one does.
Yeah.
And when I left there, I got a job at Opera Atelier in administration.
Okay.
Which was of the, you know, tell us why you want to work here. And it's like, I want to work in the arts and you have a job.
Yes.
So I was there for 5 years, I think. Then to Dance Umbrella. Then to Theatre Passe Muraille. Then to Luminato for a few months. Then to Artscape for 4 years. And I realized and then I left Artscape. And I thought, what do I want to do next? And I realized that all this time, at every job, I always had a side gig. Yeah, I'll market your show. Yeah, I'll do your PR. And it suddenly occurred to me, I wondered, could I just do that for a living?
Yeah.
But I could open my own business. I took this great program the government offered, actually a conservative government initiative, where you go in with your self-employment idea, and they give you a 6-month course on how to open your own business. And more importantly, you get to stay on EI.
Right.
But, you know, with EI, you make any money, you have to pay it back.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Okay.
So you could actually build your business.
Right.
It's crazy, you know? And I launched in May 2011, and I did it all wrong. Like, you know, the rules about launching a website. Oh, it must be on a Monday in the morning. And I think I hit start, you know, like Sunday around 9:30 at night. And I invite you to take a look. And I woke up the next morning, and I had a client request.
Right.
And my first thought was, oh, thank God the form works. But to tie it all up nicely, my first client request was Expect Theatre, Chris Tully and Laura Mullen. Who I was in that directing class with in York.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All those rules and things like that. When you should launch all that stuff. But when you're ready, it's so hard to be like, no, I have to wait. You just want to be like, I need to hit go.
Done. It's fine.
Yeah. I need to hit go.
And you need to hit go because that's when you realize what's wrong.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Like, does the form work?
Yeah. Thank God the form works.
Yeah. Just to backtrack a little bit, when you went to York, did you have a sense when you went in that you should go into acting, or did you just know that you wanted to be involved in theater?
High school, Camelot, you know, Gamma Rays on Moon and the Moon Marigolds. I wrote the grade 13 play. Oh yeah, I was going to be an actor.
So what is it that made you decide not?
I'm a Virgo. There wasn't enough control.
Okay.
I needed more of an overseeing, how is everything working position.
Yeah.
I also like being asked to do the same thing twice. That just suddenly registered in my brain.
Well,
That'll do it.
That'll do it. And you might have to do something a couple hundred times.
Yeah.
So, you're now you've been doing primarily like publicity.
It's
promotion,
what I do: marketing, publicity, promotion, bit of strat planning.
Yeah. And okay, so what is it when people come to you? How little do they know of what they need?
Some people know everything they need. Some people know that they have a show. And it also depends on how early they approach me. Some people approach me 3 months in advance, which is fairly standard.
Yeah.
3 months, 4 months. Yeah, we can do a decent PR campaign and get the long leads and okay. Some people, I'm booked.
Yeah.
For 2019 through August.
Yeah.
Booked. I'm successful.
What's funny is you know, and I'm sure that you've had people, you've experienced people who come to you like at almost the last minute and are like, I need to do this. You know, every year, Fringe, Summer Works.
For this time.
2 weeks before.
Yeah.
I'm getting like press releases and can I come on your show and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, I'm booking 6 weeks out. Like, you know, and especially because it's like
6
considered
weeks
media.
Is the lowest I will do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, what do you have ready? Well, I need a press release.
Yeah.
Honey, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people often don't have a clue what they need.
No, and I'll never be mean or dismissive about it, because they don't know, because that's not their job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There are some fantastic new young producers out there. There are some fantastic people making their own work and doing it well. But at the same time, the stuff I do shouldn't have to be your job as well.
No. And I mean, it's when people are doing Fringe and things like that, it's all like, it all falls to whoever.
Yeah.
And usually, and I try to be nice about it. I don't have the space, but,
Yeah.
Because I know that you're not thinking publicity for the most part until, we open in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We got to tell people about the show somehow.
Or you just saw the article in Now Magazine,
Yes.
10 to watch. If you're seeing that article and haven't done anything, you're way too late.
Yeah.
You might get
absolutely.
listings. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's tough.
Yeah.
Is there something like I've been at the Fringe lottery.
Yeah.
And had seen you at the front doing the tweeting and stuff, and they often stop and say, if you get into the Fringe, what is it that you need to do, Sue? And you're always like, tell people about it.
Yeah.
Have you just seen too many people who just expect that people are just going to show up?
Yeah. Yeah. Because whether it's Fringe or something else, this show, and I don't disagree with this at all, this show is the most important thing to you in the world. It better be. Unfortunately, it's not the most important thing in the world to everyone else.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, and that's the heartbreaking and frustrating part of my job, because I won't take a play if I don't think it's great.
Right.
And you've got a great cast, and oh my God, who's designing? And to push that at media who are not interested, not in a bad way, but there's no time.
No.
There's no press left.
Yeah.
There's no space, and the work we do is the one that gets shunted to the bottom.
Yeah.
Of course Mirvish is top of the list. It's
of course
Mirvish,
they are.
Of
course they are.
Yeah.
If they've got the biggest stage.
Yeah,
So they've got the biggest budget, they've got the biggest stage, they get all the attention.
And if nothing else, their season is now locked in to every press person's calendar because they launched it Monday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's written down. Everybody knows when they're
opening
opening and
against?
when they're gonna what they want to promote and things like that. So
I remember doing a show where we opened against the Panto.
Oh.
It's not an audience problem, it's a press problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the question always comes up when you're trying to promote, who do you go to? Because
who do you want there?
Well, that's the thing. Is I think a lot of people just want they start
everybody.
With people. My show's for people. Everybody will like my show. Well, no, probably not. And we don't often think about. We're not making plans about who is our potential audience and those things. We're not being good entrepreneurs that way.
And like I said, on one hand, that is okay. That is my job.
Yeah.
I'm working with Be Current right now. Catherine Hernandez, their artistic director, also is a seasoned marketer. We are working together like a dream. There are spreadsheets. There are potential audiences. Good ideas, bad ideas. Yeah, it's laid out. They don't open till April.
Well, that's the kind of if you're going to plan, you need that kind of time.
It's like the idea we'll just get some schools in. No, you won't.
Well, they've already
yeah.
What do you why are they going to come to see your show?
They're booked in, man.
Yeah.
The buses have been booked for days.
Buses have been booked
for months.
Yeah. And they're probably going to Stratford. They're not coming to your little show.
And I want them to succeed.
Yeah.
I mean, I lucked out because I've got so many teacher friends who are drama teachers, who are art teachers, who are English teachers, who I can say, get them in to see Bound to Create's Dirty Butterfly at Aki. Come and see this show because they've only ever gone to Stratford, to Mirvish. I want you in a small space about a hard subject with Manc accents.
Yeah.
Right? Well,
there's something about a small space that, if you're only familiar with going to the theater on a big stage, there's something very different about being seeing something on a small stage when they're almost in your lap sometimes.
I
They're
remember
really
seeing
close.
through the leaves, and I was in the front row at Tarragone when I was a dowager, and all I could think is, if I put my foot out, I could touch Maria Vakretzis. I folded my feet back.
Yeah.
But along those same lines, I took one of my fairy goddaughter, Madeline, to a kids' fringe one year. And I'd taken her to the Panto at Christmas, and now we're seeing something, and it was at de Palmerston.
Yeah.
And we got there, and we're waiting, and the play starts, yay, and it went on for about 5 minutes. She leaned and said, when does the real play start?
Oh, no.
And I'm like, you little theater snob. But when we left, I said, did you say that louder?
Yeah.
I said to her, what did you think of the play?
Yeah.
And she said, I didn't really like it. And I said, oh, okay. She goes, it wasn't as funny as they thought they were going to be. I said, okay. She goes, but that's okay. We should see another one. Fine.
Yes. Yeah. It's funny how kids can pick up on stuff that the grown-ups never will.
Yeah, exactly.
Will not, and they'll verbalize.
Yeah.
Because they're not as funny as they think is a very mature thought.
It's a telling note.
Yeah.
But the can we see another one? Yes, we can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not at the Elegant.
No, but you got to get them in. You got to get them young, right?
Yeah. This needs to be part of your life.
Well, yeah.
You know, what are we doing this weekend? We're going to a play.
Yeah. And that's why I think Kids Fringe is such a great thing.
It's essential.
Like just getting, and few fringes have a kids element. Like there's very few that do. So Toronto's pretty unique that way.
Yeah. And I mean, Matthew is too old for Kids Fringe now. He's 12.
Yeah.
So we make sure we go to see things like the video game one at Next Stage last year. Loved it.
Yeah,
we had a great time. We went to go see the Body Percussion Festival because it's neat and it's different, it's interesting, and I think you might like this. And I mean, who wouldn't want to go see something where you can spend your time stomping your feet on the floor, clapping back, calling response? Yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah. When did you start teaching people to do what you do? Like, formally. Not just like when you're sitting down with people.
How long have you got? I would say 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and Frost called me from Humber. And Sholem Dogai called me from Ryerson. And then called me again for the Chang School. So I teach social media for one semester to the arts and cultural admin folks at Humber.
Yeah.
And I teach at Ryerson every second year. It's a split course with Lorraine Patterson, who does fundraising and promotion. We're great. And the Chang one is a night school sort of thing where last year was great because it was literally like, hi, I work with Bravo Niagara and I have this project. And it was like, okay, let's do this. You know? Yeah. So about 4 years ago. I'm sure there's probably like $500 in my pension by now.
How much, like, the average student when they're coming in, I guess Chang's, there's like different age groups that they're talking about. So let's take Chang off the table for a second because that's a little bit different. So when you're at Ryerson or Humber, and you're dealing with people who are relatively young, and I'm pretty sure they probably come to you thinking they know what social media is.
Sure they do.
How
they were born with it.
Yeah. How are they wrong?
They know how it works. What they learn quickly is that, yes, you know how it works. You don't know yet how it works for your play. You don't know yet where your audiences are. The things you don't know are how to use it effectively to market a show.
Right.
Right? And it's funny, I go through my reviews, I guess. I guess they're my reviews, my report card. Saying, there's so much I didn't know.
Yeah.
I never realized social media was so much work. Because you have to do. I need to see your calendar.
Yeah.
Your editorial calendar. What are you doing when? How are you doing it? Where's all your stuff?
Yeah.
Because when I said it seems long, and I taught a workshop at DTRC last week, and I said, you've got to find the 2 hours, the 3 hours to put this together because you may not feel like you have 2 to 3 hours, but what you don't actually have is 15 minutes every morning trying to think of what you're going to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
That will add up far more quickly.
Oh, yeah. And it's... If you just go by the seat of your pants...
You can't. It's marketing.
Yeah.
And because everyone sort of thinks that social media can be so by the seat of its pants, because a lot of it is.
Yeah.
Murphish isn't doing this by the seat of their pants.
God, no.
No.
They have a plan,
But here's the thing. Neither can you, because whether you know it or not, Murphish is your competition.
Yeah.
It's an interesting marketing thing where it's like, oh, we're doing flyers. Okay, well, those flyers are up against the Starbucks flyer, the Pizza flyer, the Canadian Home Reliance flyer. It doesn't matter to them that, oh, we're art and we have no money.
No.
Which sucks, because it should matter.
It should matter.
Yeah.
But also flyers...
Better be good.
They better be good, but they're also like, what are you going to do, put them in mailboxes? Are you doing like a blanket thing? Like...
You can do that with Canada Post.
Yeah, Pizza can do that.
You can be part of the junk mail. It's not actually that expensive. FYI.
Oh, but it's also like it's also scattershot though.
Yeah. No, it is not.
No. Okay.
No,
How am I wrong?
First of all, do you think I would do it if it was scattershot?
No. Okay. Yes. No. My bad.
You can go online. It used to be in person back in the olden days. You can pick your neighborhoods.
Okay.
You can pick your targets. You can pick, I want the people who live here. I want the people who live around the theater.
Right.
I want people who live in this area.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
You can absolutely target like crazy. It's similar to postering. I tend to work with Ballyhoo because I've known Sharon for years and she's good. And she has, the thing I like about her is that she has relationships with the people's places that she puts posters.
Right.
And what you have to do, I remember saying to someone, because I did... I wasn't producer on that, publicity on that, publicity marketing for The Living, which was a summer workshop a couple of years ago. And everyone said, my God, your posters were everywhere. No, they weren't. My posters, because we were at the theater center, my posters were in a T shape on Queen and Ossington. Just those 2 blocks each way. And because everyone we want to see Summer Works is in that catchment area at some point... My posters are everywhere.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not. There were like 75 of them.
But you can make people that your target audience perceive that they're everywhere.
I'm making the Mr. Burns fingers.
Yes, it's it's one of those things that I think that, and when you're not thinking about marketing, you don't realize things like how many times you have to see
It's
a
up to
poster
7
or
or
an
8 now.
advertised. Yeah.
Used to be 3.
But we're so inundated with advertising now that there's no way that 3 is even enough.
And it's too frustrating because, my boyfriend, he mutes commercials. I could kill him for that. I want to see that.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to see this ad. Why is this a good ad? The Colin Kaepernick ad? So many levels of good.
Yeah.
And I annoyedly, there's a word for you, annoyedly enjoyed the people saying, well, it's Nike, and, they don't really do it, it's just for marketing. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And
but it's about who they're talking to. Exactly.
Boom.
Exactly. They know who they're talking to.
I got goosebumps just talking about it. That's how I know if an idea is good. It's marketing. I know. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the time that we have, there's no way that anybody can glean from this little conversation about...
I could talk about this shit for days.
I'm sure that you could.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you could.
So we'll tighten it up.
We don't have days. Well, we don't have days. But if somebody is starting to think about, okay, I'm going to do a show.
Yeah.
Now, I've talked to people from Theatre Brouhaha, and they know, they have an idea of how they're going to market it before they've written it.
Good.
And that's...
Yeah.
Like, they're thinking marketing out of the box.
Yep.
Which is smart for them. We're not all that smart. All of us are not.
No,
thinking
that's okay.
of that. And
not everyone's mind is laid out like that.
No.
That's fine.
But when we start to think about marketing, what should we be thinking?
I can't do arts vote today. Who wants to see this? Not who should see this. And that's where I think we get trapped. Because should. You know what else? I should floss more.
Yeah.
Should. How I can't have a should in my theater.
Yeah.
I need a want. I want to be here for whatever reason. And I wrote an article for Charlebois Post years ago that I tell my students about, and it's about doorways. And my rule is, how many doorways can we make for people to get into this production? Okay, actors, director, playwright. That's 3. What about the designers? That's 4 more. Dramaturge?
Yeah.
Choreographer's notes? videos of the set designer explaining how this works. All of these ways to get in. Please post the costume designs. Yeah, all of that stuff. Give everyone a chance to get in. And something else I say to every workshop, because I believe it strongly, is that we forget that what we do is magic to some people.
No, it's true.
They don't do it for a living.
Yeah.
Right? It's magic. You know? Oh, yeah, theater. I was a sunflower in my grade 4.
Yeah.
I played trumpet in school high band, you know. We're living this. You know, it's a standing joke. Can't talk, living the dream.
Yeah.
Right?
But you're right about that because and we forget it because it's our everyday.
How can you not know this?
They don't know what happens in the rehearsal room and all the things that go into it.
Why wouldn't you want to give them a little bit of theater street cred?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Not giving away the magic trick. But there's people like me who enjoy seeing that.
Yes, yeah.
But why wouldn't you want to give people a little bit of street cred in?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's somewhere to start. Do you know Aaron Jan, Silk Bath?
Yeah.
I was their fringe mentor.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
And they approached me. I wasn't assigned. Oh my God, he and Bessie and Gloria were a fucking treat to work with. You know, it's that, okay, we have 10 hours. And I said, we're going to meet once a week for an hour for 8 weeks. And that leaves us 2 weeks to go blah, about stuff.
Yeah.
They did it. They were so on point. They sold out. This is our marketing. Are you doing translations? Yes, we're doing 3 languages. And they did.
Yeah.
They just, I was so proud of them.
Yeah.
You, bang, like every checkbox ticked. It got brought to next stage.
Yeah.
You know, immediately. I think they're doing Yellow Rabbit right now.
Yes.
Like,
yes. Yeah.
I'm so pleased. Like, okay, these are the moments where I'm like, okay, the future will be fine.
Yeah.
You know?
But then, of course, you know, they're the average people who have a thing that they want to do and they don't have a starting point. Yeah,
and that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
You know?
Because they haven't thought about it. Because nobody really... Because, again, marketing is something that, for them, that magic happens in a place that they don't usually see.
But it's also the fact that because there is so much marketing in their world, everyone thinks they can do it. And my response is, yes, everyone can do it. Not well.
Yeah. No.
Right?
It's true. It's true. I heard you were on the Bellows...
I was.
Marketing thing.
Yeah.
And you told your story about the and I because I know what upsets you, the Mary Pringles.
Oh my God, it was so annoying.
I know. But it's
it bugs me yearly. Thank you, Facebook memories.
Yes, but it's like it is, and I whenever it comes up, because I see it and it comes up and you are absolutely right. Bad slogan, missed opportunity.
It's a hugely missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Because you didn't think about it hard enough.
No.
Because you didn't bring someone different into that room.
Yeah.
Well, about Merry Christmas. Oh,
yeah, but...
There it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But...
That was a terrible English accent. Cut that out.
No. But it's still, do you think that bringing somebody different, like, if you have your group, that you guys are too close to it to do marketing?
You can be.
Yeah?
Yeah, I will always ask people's opinions. Who know nothing about what I'm working on. What do you think of this? What more information do you need from me?
Yeah.
You know? Because it's as you said, we all know all this, and we all have our lingo, and we all have our acronyms. And I remember teaching one-off at U of T Scarborough, and Anne Frost, every time I said something like TAPA, she'd write it on the board. TAC on the board. And it was covered.
Right.
None of them had any idea what I meant by any of those things.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Someone said once that Canadian theatre is like a very small town in a very big country.
Yeah.
And I thought, kind of is.
Yeah.
You know?
We have our lingo.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Do you think that lingo is a like the things that we find important?
Yeah.
That are a bit of a barrier to people outside?
Sure.
Maybe start talking about them?
Can I give you a fantastic example?
Yes, please.
I was sitting having coffee with Emma Mackenzie Hillier years ago, and we were talking about getting people to see theater, blah, blah, blah. I said, we don't educate them. And she said, what do you mean? And I turned to the table next to us. I said, excuse me? And they said, yes. I said, sorry to bother you. Do you see that poster over there for a play? And I read the title because there's 90 posters there, right?
Yeah.
They said, yeah. I said, do you see the letters at the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
What did they say? I said, PWYC? I said, what does that mean?
Right.
No idea.
Of course not.
And I said, it means pay what you can. And even then they said, what does that mean? I said, it means if you've got a $5 on you and want to go see Dream in High Park,
We'll take it.
you can.
Yeah.
Certain days, but
Yeah.
they didn't know.
No, of course not.
Not their fault,
No.
right?
No. But it's the things that we know that they don't, that
Yep.
we assume that everybody knows, like what goes on, the magic that we make.
Because we live in the muck of the magic.
Because we live in it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it is there something you wish that people would do more with their marketing? Aside from hire somebody who hire a marketer.
That's a given.
Yeah.
I need them to really figure out first who this is for.
Mm-hmm.
And when I use the phrase target audiences, I don't necessarily mean yoga moms.
Yeah. No.
The deaf.
Mm-hmm.
No. Who?
Mm-hmm.
Who? Why Not Theater's Hamlet?
Mm-hmm.
What a brilliant piece of work.
Mm-hmm.
A brilliant piece of work.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that deaf people were coming to see it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I love the fact that we didn't get to understand parts of it because there were no subtitles.
Yeah.
Horatio, yeah, spoke sign language.
Yeah.
And we don't get to know. And guess what? That happens a lot of times.
Sure.
To people who can't hear.
Yeah.
To people who can't see. That was a brilliant piece of work. The pricing was brilliant.
Yeah.
They caught me. I was flush. Yeah, sure. Take $50.
Yeah.
You know, no worries. You know, my
Yeah,
friend's
yeah.
coming. I think she's 10.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a brilliant piece of work. And it wasn't just us seeing it. It wasn't just an industry show of magnificence.
Right.
The casting. There was 8,000 USPs on that stage. Unique selling point.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I've already mentioned her name because I love her. Maria Vakratsis is Polonius.
Yeah.
I called my friend in Vancouver. I'm like, get on a plane. You have to see this, you know?
Yeah.
Christine Horn is Hamlet.
Yeah.
Karen Robbins. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to stop
Yeah.
now. It was such a marvelous work. It really was. You know, so because I work in dance as well. Hari Krishnan 2 years ago, his Skin in Quicksand piece. So sexy. Sexy Bharatanatyam at Buddy's.
Yeah. No.
I ran into a friend of mine in the lineup. I'm like, what are you doing here, sir? He's like, I came to see the naked boys. I'm like, may I sell you a ticket? You know?
Well, yeah.
By the way, I know we're talking primarily about indie. A company that does damn good marketing. Buddies in Bad Times. From top to tail. Stem to stern. Front of house, boom.
Yeah.
I would work with them anytime.
Right.
I get happy when my clients are, we're going to be buddies. Yes! You know?
Yeah. What is it that they do right? When you say
They
that...
know who they are. They know who their audience is. I mean, because if you think about it, did you see their campaign to repair the roof?
I didn't know.
Like all good bottoms, we've worn out our top.
They know. Yeah.
You know your
yeah.
audience. And it's not necessarily just a queer audience. It's allies. And I'm like, oh, that is brilliant.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Mark is fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've silenced you.
No. I there's it's like there's just so many things that you can talk about when you're talking about this kind of stuff because you know, I mean, doing this podcast, I see a side of marketing that I had not previously seen because now I'm on media lists and things like that.
I've already tagged you.
Yeah,
that you were coming over.
Yeah. So I mean, it's part of. I would recommend to anybody to have some time looking at things from a marketing point of view.
Because marketing sounds so dirty.
Oh, yeah.
How am I going to sell this? And it's funny because every time I left a position, Passe Muraille, etc., I'd have like the big dark night of the soul, like Weeping and Wine and Leonard Cohen, you know, and just this little voice on my shoulder saying, "Go work at the Liver Foundation. I hear they leave at 5." Right? you know, to go work somewhere where everyone's got a liver.
Yep.
And my response would be, I don't really care that much about my own liver. How can I care about it? I can't leave. I've done this my entire life. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one of, like, and it's funny because when we're thinking, you know, people think marketing is like a dirty word, things like that. And yet, if people aren't coming to the show, why aren't there bums in seats? Bums in seats are the result of marketing.
Yep. And it's interesting because I hate the word bums in seats because it is so limiting.
Oh, sure.
Because all that creates for me is a relationship with someone. It's a one-night stand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I want a bigger relationship with you. I want you to come see my company no matter what they do. I worked at Opera Atelier.
Yeah.
And years ago we did something that futzed up the brand a bit. You know, pieces that weren't exquisite Baroque opera. It was all in one show.
Yeah.
But yeah, people still came. They came back because they know the company. It's not a question of seeing, I'm going to see Hamlet. I'm going to go see the new Why Not show.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, it's relationships, and it's not just about one show.
No, it's
and you know, people like Theatre Brouhaha knows that. You know who else knows that? Eldritch Theatre knows that.
Agreed.
Eric has such a loyal audience, and they're not regular theater going audiences.
That's the best.
That's the best part about it.
Did you see the post he had up? It was a few years ago. I favorited it about when he was doing card tricks in the park, and a woman came up to volunteer who didn't speak English, and she said something, and another woman up here yelled what he said in her language. So they got her up there as well. So Eric would say the thing. The woman would translate the thing. The other woman would pick the... And that, to me, that's theater.
Yeah.
Right there.
Absolutely.
She's got a story forever.
Absolutely.
You know?
I saw the Ballad of something McCreary. So a couple of years ago. And my friend and I think we were being sassy when he was doing his pre-show. Because he was like, you guys are going to sit up here on the stage. Which is the best seat in the house, because now you've got like close-up eyes on... And there's only two people who get to do that.
Yeah. You
see everything, but not everything.
No.
Right? Not how the magic works. You just see enough.
Yeah.
And of course, now I'm like, I'll say to her, like, so Eldritch is doing a show. She's like, I'm in.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be there.
And it's amazing, like, the way that he's managed to build something that is not a regular theater going audience. People, like, as October comes up, I've talked to Adriana, who works with him, that, like, you know, the fall starts to turn. People are like, what's the new show? What's the new show? When's the new show going to happen? Like, they want to see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is so valuable.
That's incredible.
Which is why it's important, because I think as indie artists, we tend to think about this show right now.
Yeah.
And we need to think about next year's show and the show after that.
And how we're going to keep talking to these people. Because my show is in November. I need to be able to say something to them in February. Hey, remember me.
Yeah.
And it's that project to project where you get enough money to do that show. And there's no bridge money to keep those audiences.
Yeah.
There's no bridge money to have someone clean up the sign-up form that everyone wanted to be on your email list.
Yeah.
You know? And it's those bits that are so crucial and so boring.
Yeah.
You know, I apologize to my assistants and interns. I'm sorry, it's list cleaning day.
Yeah.
I know it's boring, but it's the glue.
It has to be done. Yeah. If you're going to have that ongoing conversation,
that's what
you have
you
to
want.
do it. Yeah.
It has to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, something I also said in my workshops, I just want to be clear that nobody here has tons of spare money and time, right? We're good?
Yeah.
If you do, I don't know why you're here. So let's just be clear that we're not going to talk about having no time and not going to talk about having no money, because none of us do.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just about, like, making use of what you do have.
Being precise. Being precise. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is, aside from a bad slogan, and when people are doing, like, trying to promote theater, I mean, aside from some of the stuff we talked about, what's the biggest mistake that people usually make?
In terms of marketing pieces? Forgetting that it's a marketing piece. Where's the time?
Yeah.
Where's the date? Where's your Facebook logo? It's a marketing piece.
Yeah.
And the art needs to be as beautiful as it can be, but it also needs to tell me something about this show.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because a beautiful modern watercolor is lovely, but unless you are an artist who is specifically working in beautiful modern watercolors, this tells me nothing about your production of Hamlet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give them a clue, because once again, this goes back to the category of people are allegedly picking these up in coffee shops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you want them to bring it home?
It's got to give them. It's got to be part of the storytelling, right?
Yeah, it does. Excuse me. And my thought is, if I have one postcard, who in these people can I give it to where it won't just be shoved in their purse or become a coaster? Did I ever tell you once I was meeting with someone, I gave him a postcard for the show I was working on, and he wasn't thinking at all, and he spilled some sugar and like lined it up like a Coke with my postcard. Right? It's like, ow.
Yeah.
Welcome to my art.
Yeah.
You know?
I did, I was just out east doing my show.
Yeah.
And Halifax, I found, was not much for flyering.
There you go. Whereas in Toronto,
In a lot of fringes,
Yeah.
like there are some that are not.
yeah,
There's a very few. Montreal, they
Yeah.
don't line up. And
Yeah.
again, you need a city where they line up. And if they don't line up, you can't
then
fire
forget
them.
it.
There's one venue where people would sort of hang out beforehand in
Right.
Halifax,
Right.
and you'd be like, captive audience. And you walk up to them, and you'd start doing your pitch.
What?
Look, like you have three heads,
Yeah.
and then you would give them your flyer and say, "This is my show," and then everyone would get up to go see the show,
yeah.
and leave your flyer behind. Yes, that was kind of my reaction, as well as going home and having a little cry. But
And at the same time, but my piece of paper.
yes, yeah,
right?
I know.
You know, there's some days like when you're walking and they're flyering for a sewing machine store or something. The people and it's like, excuse me, can you throw this out for me? That's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah.
Can I tell you one of my favorite stories
Yes,
about marketing and flyering? I worked on Awake with Expect. That was my first client, and they were doing their piece Awake in the Toronto Fringe. Are you familiar with the piece?
No.
Chris and Laura spent a great deal of time. Do you remember? I think it was 2006, the Summer of the Gun,
Yes, I do.
which culminated
Right.
with a young man getting shot at his friend's funeral.
Yes. Yeah.
Laura and Chris spent a ridiculously wonderful amount of time speaking to survivors, to parents, to mothers, and they created this show called Awake because it was, you know,
Right. Yeah.
right, and it was in the Walmer Street Baptist Church. That was when it was BYOV.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so it's a funeral.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so yes, posters, yes, postcards, fine, whatever. What else are we doing? What are we doing with this?
Yeah.
I said, what? And I closed my eyes. I'm like, okay, July, summer, hot, funeral.
Fans. Yeah.
The fans, right?
Yeah.
The fans you see in every funeral on television.
Yeah.
So I went down to Chinatown, scared the hell out of this woman, and bought 100. I need them all, you know, in true theater moment, right?
Of course, yeah.
And I went and bought some clear labels and labeled the fans, logo,
Yeah.
And I went and sat in the Fringe tent. This is at back of Honest Dead's.
Yeah.
And was labeling them so people could see me doing it. My boyfriend at the time was with me. He's like, okay, evil marketing genius. And I'm like, yes. Okay, that's genius. How is it evil? I'm like, oh, you just wait. And the young lady came up to me to tell me about her show. I was on I'm on the Fringe. I was on the Fringe board. So give me your flyer.
Yeah.
Tell me about your show. And it's like 9,000 degrees. And I'm like, here.
Yeah.
And she's like, thank you so much. She's fanning and she's telling and talking about the show and blah, blah, blah. I said, thank you. I will keep this. I know someone I'm going to give this to. And she went, okay. And sort of sadly went to give the fan back. I said, you know what? I got a box full. Take it with you. And she said, oh, thank you so much. And I turned to and I said, watch. And she went over to flyer another table and started telling them about her show. And they stopped her with the actual finger up stop and pointed at the fan. And she turned it. And I watched her start to sell my show for me. Our marketing materials got mentioned in a review.
You know?
I've gotten a good review.
Yeah.
But right?
But how often does that happen?
Exactly.
That doesn't happen very often.
And the thing is, people don't have them. You know? I was at someone's house, I'm like, I made that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and those are the back of the day stories. Like, you know, when I was a director of marketing and more development at Theatre Passe Muraille, and we're all so broke because you know, it's theater and all that. And I'm at the table gluing together photocolor photocopies, glue stick, just going, I'm the director of marketing.
Yes, yeah.
I am so important. Yes, I'm on garbage tonight. I know. Right?
Yeah.
But where else are you going to do that, man? Where else are you going to feel like you make that level of difference?
Well, that's the thing.
Where someone else couldn't just come in, like at the Liver Foundation, and take your place and do it.
Yeah. No, it's true. Yeah. Doing the show that I've done at 3 Fringes now. I've now been through two posters. Both of them, my previous ones, bad.
Yeah.
As I'm thinking about things like that, and I was just thinking, I was not putting out the right message.
Yep.
Now, I have a good tagline, because everybody who sees the tagline is like, "Oh, I got to see that."
What's the tagline again?
It's about what happens when an atheist. What happens when an atheist finds out?
Yeah.
What happens when an atheist finds out that he's been chosen by God to deliver a new commandment?
Everything.
Right?
I'm like, oh yeah, the atheist one. I remember it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I've gotten by.
Yeah.
On that.
Yep.
With a not good poster.
Sure.
So I've been reworking the poster.
Yep.
It was a better idea, cleaner. Still, I mean that still stays. I've been very fortunate with that tagline.
Yeah.
But I think it's sort of like, and it's the thing that you don't know that you don't know, because I was like, it's only over time have I realized the poster is not what's selling my show. It's the tagline. And I've got to do
the tagline
better.
is a memorable thing.
Yes.
However, if they're not remembering your poster, they're not seeing your tagline.
Yeah.
I every year at Fringe, I go down and take a shot of Poster Alley so I can use it in my classes, saying, "This is your competition." You know, and everyone's like, "Well, what stands out to you?" I'm like, "That one because it's yellow." Like, right?
Yeah.
You know, it could be anything, but that is it's like those tables by the mailboxes and places that are just covered.
Yeah.
In flyers.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
No, absolutely.
I've been walking by. Right?
Well, there's a number of people that I've spoken to, and, I was talking with Jillian English in Halifax. And, she just dropped, I don't do a show unless I know how I'm going to market it.
Yep.
Like, she doesn't even start writing it until she has an idea of how she's going to market it, or what her strong imagery is.
If the point of you creating a show is for other people to see it, if the point is for you to peek out from behind the curtain and go, I don't know these people, right? Who invited is that? No, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
If that's your point, I think it should be.
Yeah.
Then you have to know where those people are.
Yeah.
In relation to your show.
Yeah.
You can do the easy tricks. It's like, well, it's about yoga moms. Well, you're definitely going to put a poster up in Noah's.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But how else are you reaching them? I spent yesterday, we're working on B. Current's new piece. I spent yesterday looking up feminist blogs cross-country.
Yeah.
Feminist magazines cross-country. Do we want to have something at Glad Day, or do we want to have something, would it be more important to have it here? Well, that's in Brampton. Still, if it's specific enough, right?
Yeah.
That's what we did for 4 hours yesterday. We're not even close to done.
No.
Yeah.
These are questions that are so important to ask, because you can sell your show to your friends.
Oh, sure. You better be able to.
Well, yes. In theory, you can sell your show to your friends. But you know what? That's probably gonna carry you for a night.
Yeah.
And then
they'll
you better
all
not
come in a big wad, and all the laughs will come from that corner.
Yep.
There's something I'll tell you right now. If you got a big group of your friends coming, tell them to spread out.
Yes,
Because it's so obvious it's your friends in the corner.
Absolutely. We've all seen that show where we're like, was that fun?
Well,
those guys
they think I missed something.
Yeah. But when it's like that group, you start to it's the friends,
college buddies. Yeah, spread them out, guys.
Yeah, but. We often think, it's important that my friends say, yeah, sure it is. But, again...
You know what's really important to me right now? Season 2 of Netflix.
Yeah.
Just This Is Us. That's important to me.
That is the thing, that is the question that we are... we're doing a lot of...
You're competing against everything.
We're doing a lot of hand-wringing about, theater and... Where's our audience, and why aren't we getting our audiences out there? And I think...
Do you want them there?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like...
Right?
How...
Do you?
How are we advertising in such a way, or how are we talking to people in such a way that makes them think this is worth getting off my couch?
Yep. Yeah.
And I have a pet peeve about theater trailers because they're bad for the most part.
They have to be really good.
I know, but they're
once
rarely
again,
bad.
we are competing
That's
against
the thing.
really good.
I think a lot of times when people put out a trailer, they're not thinking about.
No.
They're not really thinking about what am I competing against and what works in trailers.
Have you seen the trailer for Hopkins doing Lear?
No, not yet.
Movie. Have you seen the trailer for McKellen doing Lear? That's a movie theater broadcast of the play.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you're competing against.
Yeah.
Because that's a play.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I can go see really good, expensive plays in a movie theater.
Yeah.
I can get popcorn.
Yeah.
I can go pee.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's when people are not just going to stumble into our theaters.
No, they're not.
We have to give them something, a reason. What's the reason for getting off the couch? Because you know what? I have come home so many times, and
I've had tickets.
Oh yeah, I just can't tonight.
I can't.
You know?
My rule is I can't go home first, or I'm not coming back.
Oh well, that's the thing, right?
But I mean, and then you go wind up drinking at a bar, and they call box office at quarter 8 saying, "I can't make it. I have a cold."
Yeah.
But turn in your comps.
Yes.
Or you get kicked off lists.
Yeah. No. I. It's very much. I remember a couple of years ago. Maybe 3 years ago, there was a big
Swordplay. That was the name of the show at Next Stage. The video game. Sorry.
Well, Sex T-Rex, like literally, and Victoria's going to love me for mentioning them again, but like the word.
We've been doing a fabulous lot of name dropping.
We have, yes.
To us.
High five to us for name dropping.
Yep.
The Sex T-Rex's stuff, I can never get enough of because, and the reason I love them is they're like, we're gonna do a video game on stage.
Yeah.
They're not thinking when they say that, how are we gonna do that? They'll figure that out later.
That's not the problem.
When they told me they were doing like a Mad Max thing on stage, I said, what the fuck are you doing? But they did it.
That's
and they
what
make
they're
it work.
good at.
Yes.
You know?
And there's a reason why they sell out at Next Stage. And there's a reason why they sell out wherever they go.
Yeah, they were the first tickets I booked because I came home. I said to Matthew and Violet, his sister, and Ken, I'm like, this is what we're going to see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, we're going.
Yeah. They
all loved it.
Yeah, of course they did.
Had a great time.
Of course they did.
You know? But you figure 11 to 55.
Yeah. Right?
Right?
Yeah.
Which is so much more realistic than 8 to 88. Right?
Well, yes. Yeah.
Can we do realism from now on?
Please.
Fun stuff for 11 to 26.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, we should.
Love to get that
really,
specific.
we should be able to be that specific. But yeah, it's like, again, and they are at the point now where they have the Sex T-Rex brand, which is very strong.
I know who you are.
Yeah.
I will come see your show.
Right? And then, it's like Eldritch. He's the strong brand. There's, having that strong, when people know who you are.
It's funny because you talk about brand, and it's something else I always teach because my students talk about brand a lot, and it's not being blonde. Right? And I explain to them that your brand is the promise you make to your audience. And if you break your promise, you break your brand. It's that simple.
Yeah.
And it is not up to you to... What was the phrase I usually use? It's what they think of your brand, not what you think of it. McDonald's. Oh, fun fast food.
Yeah.
Slaughterhouses, right?
Right.
Nike. Colin Kaepernick. Sweatshops.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's about it like
keep your promise.
Exactly. Yeah. It's you can't always control where they go.
No.
But you have to figure out how to use it.
Yeah. Yeah. As you talk about Eldritch and you talk about Sex T-Rex, and it is that idea where I know who you are. Totally know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, my love. How you doing? Yeah, we're not live, so it's okay.
It's all good.
Phil, this is my partner, Ken.
Hi there, Ken. But it's the people that you know who they are.
Yeah.
So they have a certain advantage.
Yeah.
When you're coming at it as somebody who, you're new, you don't have that advantage. Nope. So you have to be more clever than them.
Yeah, what's your hook?
Yeah.
You know,
That's the question, right?
I had no idea who Aaron and Bessie and Gloria were until they said they wanted to work with me.
Right.
I know exactly who they are now,
Mm-hmm.
and I will champion anything they do in any way I can. Mm-hmm. You know, boom, brand created.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to back up the marketing with good product. Right?
Yeah.
You can't...
You can trick people once.
Yes, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Is like you can have a killer ad campaign with a crap show.
Yeah.
But you don't get to do that more than once.
No, you don't.
And that's why it's important to, you know, you can't just throw shit on stage.
No, you can't.
You've got to...
Because, and then once again, you're also filling up the pages of now listings.
Yeah. And also it's stuff like that is like... Theater is, for me, the only thing where I encounter people who say things like, I saw a play once, I didn't like it.
Do you know? So, what about a book?
Yeah.
Or a movie?
I know!
Right? So, you saw, you know... well, yeah, I don't see horror movies anymore.
Yes.
But just
There
you
go.
found
You
other
still go to
movies
movie
you
hours.
liked.
Yeah.
Stop that. This is my interview.
Yes.
But that's exactly the
Yeah.
way to look at it. And I mean, modern dance suffers from that greatly. People, I worked in modern dance for 4 years. I was a tour marketing manager.
Yeah.
Terrified. It's going to be naked people dressed in black, except they're naked. But right? Yeah. So they're wearing like a turtleneck, but nothing else.
Yes.
You know,
Which is weird, but yeah.
But it's that, and it's the education component. I remember once I was having dinner with some people I didn't know very well, and they were so boring. Not theater people. But it was someone said to me, they were talking about the movie for Da Vinci Code, and how bad it was, because it was not very good. And so I contributed by saying, well, the book was no literary masterpiece, but at least it was a bit better. I don't read.
Right.
My response was, like stop signs? I can't fathom that.
No, of course, yeah.
You gotta... I didn't get into it, because then I'm that guy at the table, but yeah, really?
But it is, like, the number of times that I've heard of people who were like, I saw a play once, I didn't like it, and I don't go to theater now.
I ate food
Which
once.
is so
I didn't
strange.
like it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, I had a pizza, it was no good, I don't eat food anymore.
No, don't care for Italian at all.
It's just a ridiculous,
right?
it's just a ridiculous thing, but, you know, it's...
But, so what was the risk that you took there that you don't take every time you walk into a movie theater, open a book, you know, go to a festival, go to a concert? It's the same risk, but why won't you take that risk anymore?
Yeah, no, it's like that's the question of why. And, you know, maybe it's because there's a lot of effort involved in going to the theater.
Yeah.
Some people think you have to get dressed up.
I know.
We're not big on that. You don't have to.
Me.
I worked front of house for Mervish. I know that people show up in jeans, tracksuits, whatever.
With the 25th anniversary crowd.
Yep.
Who are bedazzled. I think the last time I got dressed up for the theater was to go see Phantom. Because it was 25th anniversary and we had really good seats. I worked at TOTX at that time, so let's bedazzle.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I mean...
But it's coming back.
Yes.
Right?
You know, why... You know, it's still running in New York, so it's never stopping. Yeah. But, you know, it's one of those barriers, because we're bad at educating people, because people think you got to get dressed up.
It's going to cost a lot of money.
It's going to cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
All these things that we think, or that people think.
Because the people with the marketing money have the ticket prices.
Yeah.
What does PWYC mean again?
Yeah, exactly.
Did I ever tell you about my 12-hour arts marathon?
No.
I've been having ad nauseum conversations like that at one point, and I was like, okay, you know what? I need to prove that this is not true. And so I picked a day. It was a leap year, so it was February 29th. So technically I had a day to kill.
Yes.
And my goal was to see as much art as I could for $100.
Okay.
Granted, $100 is a barrier to a lot of people.
Yes.
However, this is what I can work with.
Yes.
The rules were it had to be sort of in my hood, like I'm not going to Scarborough or something. Right. Travel time is a thing. And I will try to see something from every genre. And I started in my morning and I went to the library and got a book for free. And then I stopped at the Mascot, which was still open at that point, and got a latte, a leaf drawn. So it's food art.
Yes.
And when I told them what I was doing with it, they made me like 5 in a row because they wanted it to be perfect. $5.
Yeah.
I then marched over to Mocha, because it used to be right there.
Yeah.
I saw 2 fascinating exhibits and put $10 in the pay what you can. And I worked my way through the city. I went to the Bell Lightbox. I saw a movie. I worked my way back to Factory. I saw a play. I went for sushi, because that's food art. And I finished the night. Oh my God, I was so tired. It was the 12-hour marathon. By putting a $5 bill in the jug at the Cameron House.
Right.
Live band. Grand total for the day, $88. Oh, and I went to Canadian Stage.
Yes. Yeah.
And my other rule was that I couldn't find deals that average people couldn't.
Right.
I couldn't go, hey, Ashley, can you get me in?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it's T.O. Tick, so I can do that.
Yeah.
It was me and like 100 older people watching Crystal Pite at 2 p.m. It was magnificent.
Nice.
It can be done.
Yeah.
You know?
But again, we're combating, like in indie theater, we are combating the perception that theater is expensive.
We're also combating...
Mervish is benefiting from the fact that their tickets are expensive.
And you also have to remember that we are combating the fact that you get what you pay for.
There is also that.
Yeah.
Like people who think, oh, I need to, if I charge, and you know, I've been involved in these conversations in indie theater. Oh, if we charge $20, that's too much.
Oh my God!
No, don't go below
Don't even
that.
talk to me about that. Don't even talk to me about that.
Yeah.
Someone said to me once, based on our venue, well, we can't charge over $25 in that venue. I said, why not? Well, we just can't. I said, is the acting going to be shittier because of the venue? Right?
Yeah.
But it is that feeling of the fancy bathrooms and the, the paper towel things that look like hanging plants at the Elgin.
Yeah.
Versus... who are the adventurous people?
Yeah.
And I remember I was going to the Transact one night for the Fringe Lottery.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there with my cane. And like all the front flooring is chipping off. And I was just in a bad mood. I'm like, this is the problem. We work in shitholes.
Yes. Well.
You know? We do.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a mean way at all.
No.
It's just like, this is where we work. Fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
But I mean, if somebody is used to, like, if the only theater that they've seen is they save up all year so that they can see like that one show at Mervish.
Yep.
And then
we
they
got them tickets at the anniversary.
Yep. And then they go to you finally get them out to an indie show and they're like, what is this? You know?
I did indie theater jury duty for the Doras once. I have never walked up so many back alleys.
Oh my
up
God.
so many flights of stairs. Someone said, I need signage.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, and there's just sort of like this piece of paper on a door that says the show in little tiny.
Yes. Yeah.
And I remember going to a play that was in Trinity Park, and the sign saying "This way" was there at Queen Street, except it was in the bowl.
Oh no! Oh.
And anywhere I used to work, it used to be the rule that I was your signage tester.
Yes.
If I could find it, you have enough signage. And they would walk behind me. And okay, where do I go now?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Now the arrow is pointing up. What does that mean?
Yeah. No, but
yeah, it's that idea.
These are things that you need to think about.
Yeah, and and I mean, and it's also what people are comfortable with. And they know if they're going to go to Mervish, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a clean, not torn up seat.
Yes.
They will know where they are sitting. They know they can have a glass of wine at intermission. They know that their car is secure in the parking lot.
Yeah.
All of these things are a security that we may or may not be able to offer.
Yeah.
Is that our fault?
Yeah. No.
That's why there's so many pages, scrolls devoted. How to get here by TTC, how to get here by streetcar.
Absolutely.
And we try. We really do.
Yeah.
Because we want these people to see our work.
Sure.
You know?
We're just not telling them sometimes what they need to know. Like, why is this better than Netflix tonight?
Why is it worth getting out? Why is it worth putting in your contacts and putting your bra on?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Do I have to put on pants for this? Wait, what is my reason for going? You know?
Yeah.
Again, things that a lot indie people are a lot of times not thinking of until it's too late.
Yeah.
So I guess the takeaway is if you're going to do a show, think about this stuff.
Yeah.
And
when I say know who wants to see it, I don't mean write it for them, but figure out who will want to see this. Everybody should see more theater.
Yeah.
Everybody should floss more.
Yes.
Why do I want to?
Yes. Who wants to? Yeah.
Why did I see Swordplay?
Yeah, because...
Video game junkie.
Yeah.
Video game junkie.
Yeah.
We're going to a play.
Yeah.
Play junkie.
Yeah. It's interesting because whenever every time I enter the Fringe Lottery, every year, I already know what I'm posting if I get in. Thank you. Handshake.
I'm shaking his hand.
Yes,
We're past
handshake.
high fives.
Because
yeah.
that is like that's what's my first tweet, what's my first
Boom.
Instagram post. That's gotta be there.
There it is.
And I've only come to that like in the last few years, but like you've gotta know and have an idea before you even
what are you gonna do with this?
Yeah.
Because you can dance in your living room and you can read scripts in the back room of the Cameron house with your friends and drink. Mm-hmm. But if you want people to come see this, you got to let them in. It's the doorway thing.
Yeah.
Let them in.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are your plays written before you enter the lottery?
Yes. Yeah.
Because you always hear that story of, fuck, we got to write a play.
No. See, I have the whole, like, I know all the people who are like, oh, yeah. And then they drive me crazy. Oh, I'll figure it out when I get in. I always want to shake them and go, but I have something. And because...
This is not fair.
Well, you know what? It's a lottery. That's just how it works.
I know.
But I'm always...
Life is not fair.
Life is not fair. And I always have that whole, like... I don't know. They don't get as stressed during the lottery because they don't have any skin in the game yet because they haven't made it.
Nothing left to give and nothing left to lose.
Yes. And, I always have a show before the lottery. Yeah. So I'm always like, as they draw each thing, but that's just, that's just...
I'd love to see you, if you didn't get in where, like, just pull it, throw the script down, storm out.
I mean, I thought
then
about it.
Then come back and get it later.
Of course, because, that's the thing.
It's the only copy.
It's just going to be blank. Just a bound blank, just like title. Like, oh, fuck! And then...
just my Fringe play.
Yeah. And then, but, that's...
It says that on each page.
Yeah. It does. It's just that on every page. Yeah. Sue, thank you so much for doing this.
Absolute pleasure. I didn't realize you actually wanted to ever interview me, which is why I just kept shoving other people at you.
I've asked you like before.
Talk about?
Exactly. Listen, I know that you have plenty to talk about. So.
This has been a Homebody Productions production.